Uh, this video was very difficult to produce because of my ignorance with video recording. But anyway, after painstakingly trying to clip the video together and then finally getting it done, it was too long to post on YouTube, so I ended up having to chuck that. But it's a good reading. I spent a lot of time on it, plus the time that I spent trying to get the video editing together. I feel like I should put it up. So I apologize if it's difficult to follow, because I'm while I was recording it, I was pointing to the cards, and so I'm not calling out the position of the cards as much, and so it may be difficult to follow. I do also say the word trial a lot. I tend to do that whenever I see the Justice card. But when I say trial, I'm actually referring to the investigation. So don't hold that against me. Good luck following the video. If my camera should arrive on this Monday, and so maybe I'll re-record it and put it up in a better fashion in a few days. So, but for now, I want to get it up because things are happening, and I didn't do this for nothing. So, all right, guys, enjoy the recording. Thank you. All right. Hey, guys, welcome to my channel, Soul Light Hypnotherapy. My name is Kirsten, and I've got a new Trump reading for you guys today. It's probably going to be a long video, and I'm not going to cut it into two parts. So be patient. You might see some overlapping in the video because I'm new to this whole video camera thing. So cut me some slack here. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. This took a lot of work to do, so I'd appreciate your sharing this video, subscribing, and hitting that like button. I greatly appreciate it. And if you would like a personal reading, my information will be in the description box below. That being said, let's go ahead and get started. The three questions that I posed before I started shuffling the cards, or as I shuffle the cards, were: number one, how will this Russian probe investigation headed by Mueller affect Donald Trump? Two, how will this investigation affect his administration? And three, will Donald Trump complete his 4-year term? And if not, how will he end up leaving office and when? Now, I've already looked over the reading. I'm not sure if I got all the answers to those questions, but I certainly got an interesting spread, and I'd like to share it with you. Thank you for your patience in advance. We start off with the Temperance card, which is our theme. We have the Temperance, and we have a clarification for it as our theme, the Prisoner reversed. Now, as I was looking over Temperance, this means balance, it means alchemy, synergy, things working together in harmony, smoothing out rough edges. I'm like, what does this mean? Then all of a sudden I got the image of, the melting pot. These two pots here, she's pouring liquid from one into another, and it's, to get that synergy. So it brought up the image of the melting pot, which is the allegory of America. It's the principle that we founded our country on. And this woman's got one foot in the water, one foot on the land. It's a land of promise. Look how green it is, and that sun in the background. There's a lot of promise here. This ideal of this melting pot that we have. So this reading is going to be, as a querent, the querent of this reading is America and the world, but specifically Americans, as well as Donald Trump. So this reading is for me, and it's for all of you. And the issue is, how do we keep this ideal, melting pot ideal, intact? Balance is needed to maintain the structure of our country, because it's very out of balance right now. That's why Temperance showed up as our theme. I also feel this card is saying that the same rules applied to the masses needs to be applied to those in power. That is essential to this ideal of America working out, blending well. So we will see justice play out, and there will be a fair reckoning of justice, I believe, because because we have a balance card. And even though we have differences in our country, if we work together as a team, we can overcome them. So we all have to play on the same team to do that. So this card is also saying the theme of this reading is about who's for America and who's against it. Who's a team player and who's not. With the Prisoner reversed, this card stands for many things. When it's reversed, it's not such a bad card. It says that those that oppose you will be removed. It talks about learning a hard lesson. It talks about someone feeling heavy guilt and remorse, and they're truly sorry for the pain that they've caused. It also talks about delays and setbacks will prove to be a blessing in disguise. It talks about whoever you have under your suspicion, that your suspicions are warranted. This person is a con artist. This person is a swindler and is misleading your trust and your loyalty that you put in them. Magically, this card talks about a spell that's broken. And, I always bring up that I feel like there's some sort of sway Trump has over people. So this is about a spell being broken. So these bodes really well for this reading, these two cards together. I feel the Prisoner reversed here is saying that those that are trying to change the recipe of our melting pot will be removed, because the blockage will be removed. And when removed, it's going to leave a mess behind. It's going to take a while to clean it all up, but as a team, we can do it. In a sense, it's a blessing in disguise, because it's a chance to not only clean up the current mess, but in truth, America was not living up to this harmonious melting pot ideal to begin with. And now, with solidarity, we can address not only our new problems created by this administration, but the old ones as well, that are still lingering and lurking and causing us trouble. It's all about alchemy. And we needed a fire to ignite our understanding of what's wrong with us as a country, and to put us to task, to fix it, to make it better for all. Back to the Prisoner reverse, this card represents an end to an abusive and tyrannical bond with someone, Trump and his administration, and that punishment will be expiated. Got a little tongue-tied with that word. And karma will be repaid. So I believe that there will be a sentence of imprisonment coming out of this investigation. And only then will those that were at fault, i.e. the Republican Party that backed Trump, only then will they see the error of their ways and be genuinely sorry, like this card talks about, one of its meanings, being sorry. Only then will they be sorry and remorseful for the trouble that they caused. And I say too bad, too sad for that. Too late. Some will be imprisoned, and and some will go into isolation. So as Americans, this card says we are questioning the truth and the loyalty and this card confirms that our doubts about someone's truth and loyalty will be confirmed. It's also a time frame card. It gives a time frame of 9 months. It's a pregnancy card as well, but so the time frame is 9 months, meaning that Donald Trump could be in office a total of 9 months only, or look for this trial to conclude around the end of September 2017 or by February 2018. Again, I'm just interpreting the cards. It's not a psychic impression, it's what the cards say. And Sibillas have been pretty accurate. So let's, I don't know, where do I start? Oh, let's take a chance on the, how I normally do my layout. But let's start in the center, okay? Normally I start in the first card on the top left, but let's start in the center. Let's start with Donald Trump, the center of attention here. This Nine of Cups represents Donald Trump. It represents America, and it represents the world. And the Nine of Cups is a card of someone who has so much. They're very rich. And they have so much that they're kind of smug about it or lazy about it, you know. They can be pompous or arrogant. They can also be very generous. But here, Donald Trump is represented by this card. So he's appearing very smug and contained because his arms are about his chest. So he's appearing very smug and contained about this investigation right now. He's acting like he's not worried. You know, I have so much, I'm not worried about this investigation. He's acting like he's got nothing to hide and that he's innocent. See the Fool card here? That's an innocent card. But in truth, he is hiding, or he's trying to transform or destroy as much as he can. We have the Death card below him. He knows that this investigation is getting close. Too close to him. See, he's starting to get a little bit worried. His face is starting to look a little bit worried here. Getting too close. And soon his secret dealings. The Hermit. Soon his secret dealings will be uncovered. The stanza reversed. I'll get to these cards and their meanings. I'm calling them out now so you'll understand. You'll understand it all later. He fears one person in particular coming out against him and their testimony. There may be two, however, that will surprise him. I'll get to that later. Now the Doctori card, this reverse Doctor card. So pay attention to see he's got his hand on this man's arm. He has control over this man right now. He's controlling this man's arm. This is also my Hypnotist card. So he controls the man in the bed. The man in the bed is Trump. And the upside down man is Putin. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Doctori as a character is going to describe the character of who it represents. It is representing Donald Trump, is representing the world, is representing America. It's also next to this lunatic card, which represents his administration, and this Mercante card, which represents Putin. And it's represented Putin in previous readings as well. Usually he's upside down, but today Doctori is telling us his story. Doctori reverse is someone you cannot trust. And this is someone that you cannot trust, but they wield great power and influence over you. See how he's wielding? He has power to make this man well or to make him sick. So it says this person can easily abuse the trust of those invested in him, and that this is someone who switched sides. So this is a card of the betrayer or the traitor. They play for the other team. And they use information that's gained in confidence against the querent, which is the American people. It also says this person has a bad lawyer who's giving him really bad advice. Or that he's not taking the advice of his lawyer. Remember, we're talking about Donald Trump right now. So it says this person, Donald Trump, is easily abusing the trust of those invested in him. He's switched sides. He's playing for the other team. He's using information gained in confidence against America. It also says this person has a bad lawyer who's giving him bad advice, or he's not taking the advice of his lawyer. I think it's a bit of both. This card says his lawyer won't be able to get him off. It also represents a con man, a swindler, a loan shark, the mob boss. So it describes Trump, and it describes Putin and the party. Not all of the Republican Party, just his main administration and those that are backing him. You know, those who aren't gullible, those who really do know the truth, that's who I'm referring to when I say the party. So now let's go up to the top left to the Two of Swords and the Happiness card. So Two of Swords is about, I believe this card is talking about our country being divided, the two parties, the Democrats and the Republicans. One side is being very cunning, very sly. They're trying to, you see this candle here burning very close to the sword of truth. They're trying to morph the truth. They're trying to transform the truth. I feel this Two of Swords card is representing the division of the country, the two parties, and that the melting pot ideal is broken, and we can't agree on our issues as a country. I feel like this represents the situation of the fair trial that we are wanting. As a people, we want a fair trial. We want the truth to win out. And it also represents the two objectives of the investigation, which is did the party, did Trump's administration collude, or Trump collude with the Russians, and also did Trump obstruct justice? Those are the two main issues at hand with this trial. The Happiness card, I feel this card is referring to not only the two parties, but also the American people, anybody involved in this trial judicially. Together, I think that what it's saying is there's a lot of questions. There's a huge outcry from the populace for justice from this trial. You know, is there one law for the powerful and one law for the rest? It also represents strong opposition, as well as, you know, people rallying together can represent a riot, this party card. So there's strong opposition to this investigation as well. And that strong opposition is represented mainly by this delinquent card below. Next to the Justice card is very fitting. This is someone who goes against justice. This is someone who breaks the law. This is a troublemaker, a rebellion. Okay? So, just to look at this party here as representing the Republican Party, or his administration, really, they're going to create strong opposition through delays or resistance or non-cooperation to the justice or to the law, right? To this court system, to this trial. There are going to be a lot of delays. They're going to try to stall a lot and use those tactics, okay? And of course, justice would represent Mueller and this investigation itself. Also, that that truth will prevail as well, and will be carried out in our favor. Remember, this reading is about us, America. There's also, Trump is in the center here, but I'm going to say that justice will be carried out for America. So, with this this justice card and the lunatic's card reversed, this is telling me that this investigation is going to have to be carried out very, very deeply, looked into in a very serious way. It's not going to be none of this is going to be swept under the rug. It's all going to get a thorough examination. And despite any unwillingness to cooperate, justice will prevail over it in the end. This card is also, this delinquent card also talks about making a mistake one time only. I lost my head in the moment, getting crazy in the moment, losing control. But it was just a temporary loss of control. Normally I'm not like that. That's what this card says, right? That's the excuse. This is really interesting, guys. Look at this card. This lover, he's singing to this house, singing to whoever's in the house. This is the Speaker of the House. This is Paul Ryan. Oh my God. And he is spewing, they're standing on this as their defense. Okay, look at this, these 4 cards. This is their defense. That Donald Trump was innocent because he was gullible, he was new to the job. He didn't know what he was doing. He wasn't looking where he was going. Give him a break. He's pleading with his feelings. Oh, can't you just forgive him? That's what this card does. He's wooing. He's trying to woo you with feelings and make you love him. So the Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, is trying to say, oh, come on, guys. It was just a one-time blunder. He's new at this. That's their defense. And like I said, this justice card, they're going to look thoroughly into this. And this defense is about to get a reality check. The Lawa is coming. Here comes the Lawa. Anyway, so now let's go down to this Fool card and the Lover again. Fool represents taking a risk, being naive, not looking where you're going, not looking before you leap, jumping off into the unknown. He's about to take a crashing fall, too. He's not looking where he's going. So, and the moon, the deception of the moon is what's going to cause his downfall. Anyway, I'm getting caught up in the card here. So the Fool here represents a surprise decision. I think that the Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, represented by the Lover here, I think he's going to end up being the first one to jump off the Trump train. Even though right now he's singing the tune that Trump was innocent and can't we cut him some slack. It's his emotional plea to the people that Trump made an inexperienced mistake, but I think once the truth comes out with his justice card here, he's going to be the first one to jump off the Trump train. I believe also that this party card and the delinquent card represents that there's 3 main people who are of focus besides Trump in this investigation. Flynn, Sessions, and Kushner. Now looking at these cards together as a quad, I think someone's going to sing on Trump. I think someone is going to tattle on him for their freedom. See, someone's singing for their freedom. And you know what? I feel like it's going to be two people. 2 out of these 3 people are going to sing on him. One is going to be a surprise. Trump didn't expect that. Okay, so now let's go to the center card. This is about the challenge of this investigation is to discover if there was collusion, which I feel like this 2 of Cups represents. 2 people sharing a purpose. So the challenge is to find out about that, and also to bring these 2 parties together to serve justice. Because right now we're divided. I also believe that this card is telling us that eventually, like I said, once this truth comes out, Paul Ryan will be the first to jump ship, but then the rest of the party is going to join together, you know, with remorse, this prisoner card reversed, with remorse that, you know, because they're going to back the truth, after, you know, they're going to back the legal system once it proves it. I feel like the proof here is represented by this letter card next to this 2 of Cups. Because whenever I see a paper in a Sibilla reading, piece of paper depicted in a Sibilla card, I know there's evidence, there's proof, concrete proof. You just have to find it. So once this evidence, this proof is found, which it will, then the 2 parties will come together to serve justice. All right? I also said one of the men is going to sing, at least, or I feel like 2 of them are going to sing. But when one of them sings, the first one sings, tattles on Trump. All the delays and the setbacks to this trial, which is going to be a tactic that the opposition will use, will, once this person sings, the trial is going to speed up really fast, super fast, to its conclusion. Okay? The 9 of Cups here, in this triad as well, or this, this quadad, whatever you want to call it. I have this intuitive way of reading the cards. I go into triangles, and I go into squares, and I go into diagonals. And I don't know why I do that, but I feel like there's going to be so much. See how much is in, this guy's got so much. There's going to be so much overwhelming evidence that can't be denied, that's going to force the truth, and the parties will have to come together. You know, can't deny that all this overwhelming evidence is going to come out. And it leads, look at the card, my God, it leads right to Trump. Look at that. Could also represent, this letter card can represent the memos of Comey coming into play as well. I believe there's going to be more than one that's going to surface. Several of memos will be used as evidence. It also represents not only the memos, but probably receipts, payoffs, bank statements, property rights, taxes, any sort of paper trail that is going to be followed and will lead to the truth of this collusion. Okay, guys, in my previous Trump readings, if you ever listen to them, and I'll put the links in the description box below, Putin is usually represented by this Mercante card or the Hierophant. So see how close he's right next door to Trump. And look at this Doctore card. Look. This person that you can't trust has total control over the querent. In this case, it's going to be Trump. It's also America, and it's also the world. So who's really in charge here? I mean, this is scary, guys. Putin's in charge of America because he's in charge of Trump. So once this paper trail gets revealed, and it will, because this is about secrets being discovered here, the stanza reversed, it's going to be announced. So this is a news. This is also news correspondence when this letter card shows up. It's any kind of news. It could be written news. It could be broadcast news. So this news is going to be announced all over the world. See the world behind the Nine of Cups? And the press is going to go wild. They're going to go crazy. And the whole world will be celebrating. Wow. So going back to this Nine of Cups and the Doctore reverse, remember I said this guy's, that Trump is afraid of his secret dealings getting out, being found out, because the investigation is getting too close. This is the investigation. We got the Hermit card. He goes within. He's on a quest to get knowledge. This is also the investigation. The investigators. This is a spy or an investigator. This card can represent, this military card can represent any lawyers, anyone digging for information. It also represents a spy networks, all that. Okay, both of these cards together tell me secrets. They both talk about secrets. And look at this. Stanza reverse talks about secrets and classified information. And it's in a diagonal, these three cards. When this card is reversed, it says that those secrets are going to be found out and exposed. Here they're hidden. Someone's trying to hide something. He's very cloaked. He's going off alone. He's going to hide his information. And this one's going to go dig it up. Anyway, just trying to, show you guys the beauty of the cards, how they can tell their stories. So the secret dealings that Trump is trying to hide from the investigation, the hermit and the soldier, is that Putin has him by the arm. Look. He's strong-arming him. He's strong-arming us. This is our card too. And the world. Did I tell you that the Doctore reverse, this is an untrustworthy individual, and this person will purposely keep you, isolate you from your friends. Any of you have the book on Sibilla, you can read this in the book. These aren't my words. These aren't my words. This is the definition of a card. This person will isolate you from your friends for the purpose of making you weak so they can ascend power over you. And it's right next to Putin's card. And he has him by the arm. He has Trump and the world and America by the arm. It also is saying that this guy, Putin, has stuff on. He has a hold on Trump. He has hidden information on him. Secrets of his own that will lead to perverse. These two cards talk about perversion. Will lead to perverse details. I'll leave it at that. So Putin's goal is to isolate us, and he has done it, from our allies. Look at what's going on in the world. His goal was to isolate us, and he did it through strong-arming Trump. Trump influenced the whole situation. Wow, but it was all Putin's plan. Putin's plan. And look, the Six of Wands in diagonal. This is a card of victory and success. So Putin is really feels victorious over us. He feels like he's winning. I guess he is right now. There is a connector. I feel like there is a connector. Look at this. Get this out of the way. In this quad ad here, I call it a quad ad. I feel like there's two people that helped Trump and Putin connect, share information. I think that was Flynn, and I think that was Jared. And yeah, let me just leave it at that for right now. I just want to also say while I'm here, because the cards mean so much. I feel like this is a warning here, these 4 cards, that this man, Trump, who's influenced by this man here, Putin, is going to not only lead us into a failure as a country, but he could lead us into spiritual ruin. He's going to ruin our spirit of being able to blend and work with one another, and that the whole spirit of America. This Doctori card also talks about someone who has a character flaw, and they lack the mastery to overcome it. And because they can't overcome it, it will produce a downfall to everything. And that's kind of like what I'm seeing here also is Trump's own words, his lack of self-control. Everything that he says publicly is being so scrutinized. And it's actually going to cause his downfall. His interviews, this is news correspondence here, agreements, it's stuff he's willingly given over. It's all going to get used against him in this trial. It's going to go against his credibility. He won't be trusted because it goes against his credibility. He's always kind of opposing his own words. This could also be tweets as well. Sorry. And he's not going to listen. Remember I said before, this is someone who's getting bad advice, or they're not listening to the advice that they're getting. They're not listening to wise counsel. So I think Trump is going to definitely, even more than is already out there, he's going to give even more verbal evidence that's going to go against him in this trial. That's what the cards are trying to tell me there. Sorry, I had that weird hiccup. Okay, so let's go down to the Death card next to the Soldier reverse. Death is about transition and transformation and change. It's also the number 13 in the tarot. Unlucky number 13 is right below Trump's card, the 9 of Cups. America too. It's a bad sign. We're in bad times, guys. Anyway. The Death card talks about letting go of something that no longer works for you, deep transformation, and not resisting the changes that are coming into your life. Remember, this reading is about America as well. So this deep transformation that we're not ready for, I guess, comes as a surprise. Or it's hard and it's difficult. It's going to lead to a transition for us as a country. A great major transition. A great major change. Maybe something we've never seen before happen. I feel like that now I'm getting like, I feel like this is going to play out in many ways, this Death card. It represents the end of a relationship. It's on the Trump. It's on the Trump. It's below the Trump card, the Nine of Cups, in diagonal to Putin and diagonal to this Soldier card, which I believe represents Comey, specifically as a person, Comey, and Kushner. And any spies, anybody who did anything, to collude with the Russians. So this card here is saying there's going to be an end to those relationships. Let's talk about this Soldier card reversed. This represents a young man under the age of 35. So that's why I say I think it's Kushner, Jared Kushner. And let me tell you what this card means. This card talks about someone who's been misguided. It is also, as a person, someone who's misguided, is going down a crooked path. They're spineless. They're cowardly. They're lily-livered. They sneak up on you. Okay? They do things in the dark of night so that nobody will see. Okay? They do those back channels. Oh, Lord. Back channels. I see it in the card. Damn. That's definitely Kushner. And I think that Trump can't trust him. If Doctoria is describing the character of the significator cards around it, then Trump can't trust Kushner. But he thought he could. It's going to come as a surprise when Kushner sings on him. It's going to change the whole game. So let me tell you what this card, Soldier Reverse, means. It indicates secrets, something that's being done in secret, an invisible threat. It talks about blackmail, threats, obstacles, missed opportunities, and hollow victories. It's also associated with the occult and hidden knowledge, anything that's hidden. Unfaithfulness, ulterior motives, and I told you it's someone who's spineless and weak and a coward. They have a little man syndrome. This is someone who's very vindictive and petty. And they do things at night when you can't see, like those backdoor channels. So that's just to describe to you what this card means. And I believe once he sings, Trump is going to call him a spineless lily-livered coward. He might say it out for all of us to hear. It might be something that's done privately, but Trump thinks he's a spineless, lily-livered coward, and he's going to be very surprised that he's hung on. So this guy used back channels. He wanted to use back channels. That was his ulterior motive. This guy has motives. I'm sorry, guys. I hope this isn't annoying to you, but this is how the cards talk, and I'm just sharing that with you. This guy has ulterior motives. He wanted to use back channels to share classified material. This is someone who proves to be disloyal. This card also talks about hostility between members of the family, so that further corroborates that I feel it's Kushner. And I honestly, I'm kind of picking up here. I don't know if this will ever be proved, but I feel like Kushner actually I feel like he actually worked for Putin. I feel like this guy was indoctrinated. I feel like this guy actually works for Putin. I don't know if that will ever come out. Like, literally, I think he's like a Russian spy. And indoctrinated. I don't even know if he's aware of it. I don't know if it's mind control or what, but that sounds crazy. But I'm just getting that vibe here. And I only say that because this is someone who's misguided. You know, they believe they're doing something that's right, but they're misguided. Anyway. So let's go up to the Nine of Swords, the top right. This is about someone who's devastated. We're very worried, in anguish, very concerned about something. They're all in their head about it. This is everybody here. This is the world. This is Trump. This is Kushner. This is everybody on trial. Everybody's freaked out. Okay? Because this is big. This affects everyone. And I think that a fear of Trump is that, you know, I'm kind of backtracking here, but I feel like prior to this coming out, you know, or this Kushner singing or Flynn singing, I'm not sure who will sing. You know, out of the three, I think two will. Trump is very, very worried. You know, like I said, he's showing himself to be smug, that he's got nothing to hide, but at the same time, he's extremely worried with his Nine of Swords, and he is hiding things. He's trying to hide as much as he can. That's why we have all these delays that are going to be try to be imposed on the trial, so he can hide his evidence, so he can hide his proof and his money. That might have been a little bit of what Jared was doing too, was helping him hide his money. And Flynn as well. I said there's two people who helped their collusion, Trump and Putin. Two people in particular who carried their personal information to each other. So I think that was Flynn and Kushner. Allegedly. Not accusing anybody of anything. This is just my reading. So this Hermit card is also about, you know, that This Hermit card is about going within to find answers, to find a solution, and taking the time to evaluate something within you thoroughly, right? So this is just the investigation, I said, is going to be very, very thorough. They're going to dig very deep. This military reverse, he's digging deep, going deep. This is the spy card, the investigator card. They're not going to stop until they find the truth. And the truth that they find, that they uncover, is going to be really troubling to Trump. This card also talks about the isolation of the country now, you know, to our allies. See, look at this. Putin isolated America from our allies. The King of Cups is someone who helps, who protects, who watches over, who understands. We're isolated from them. Gee. I hope this reading is making sense, guys. Like I said, it didn't really answer my questions, but it's just kind of giving me a picture of what's going on. And I'm sharing it with you. And don't be too hard on me if it doesn't flow really well. Now, why is the Six of Wands here? Again, it's a victory card, it's success, and Putin's diagonally to it, so he thinks he's won over us, right? This card would also represent, this military card would represent the hacking, you know. Okay, now I see it. The Six of Wands represents our election. And I'm getting the word deep operative, deep operatives, plural, deep operatives. Deep operatives affected our elections, influenced by this guy, Putin. We already know that as a fact, that there's evidence and proof of that. But they're going to uncover more deep operatives. And as well, I feel like this Six of Wands here, in this line here, with the Fool, the Death, and the Six of Wands, I think we're going to have a fresh, new transition. I think we're going to end up putting a new person in power. I think this is a new election here. This Fool, this Death, and the Six of Wands. The people are going to elect a new leader, and Trump will be transitioned out of the presidency. When the time frame we got was 9 months, but this military card gives a time frame as well. Does he give a time frame? Yeah, he does. His time frame is a little over a year. So then maybe this new transition from one leader to a new one will be around February. Like I said, the 9-month time frame here would lead us into a little bit over a year that Trump's in office. So around February of 2018, we may either elect a new leader or a transition of a new leader. And God, I hope it's not Paul Ryan. But we'll transition a new leader into office. Okay? Wow. So that's the answer to that. I don't think he makes it past the 2-year mark. It could end this year or possibly early next year, around February. That's a big prediction. Now, just looking up, I'm kind of sporadically going around now. Putin's got his back turned to Trump here. I feel like into the world, into America, I think he's going to act like he's indifferent to it all and to everything that gets revealed, and unbothered by it. I think he's also going to turn his back on Trump in some way as well. He may be a culprit behind revealing some secrets that come out about Trump as well, something more personal, something more intimate, and all those perverse little details. Putin, I wouldn't put it past him to do something dirty like that, just because he can. Maybe when Trump is all used up and no longer utilizable, that's not a word, when he can no longer utilize him, excuse me. He might just spit out some information on Trump just for the hell of it. Come on, Putin. He's been a good boy for you. This is funny. I mean, it's sad, it's scary, and entertaining all at the same time. So I feel like we're going to transition this Fool, the Death, the Six of Wands, and the King of Cups. Transition a new king. So this King of Cups represents our new president. It also represents our current president. And I'm saying that because of the cards that flank around it gave me some more information, guys. Personal information. I don't know we'll ever know for sure. But this is what's going around Trump right now. And it involves Kushner. I think it's Kushner. Okay. Now I heard another, a psychic on YouTube say that Ivanka is responsible for a lot of the leaks. And when I heard that, I thought it was interesting. I saw a woman close to him was going to, cause him trouble, I think in my May reading. But I didn't think it was Ivanka. I didn't see signs of that in the cards. But out of respect, I certainly give that a thought. But I see this here. I think it is Ivanka who has released a lot of information. Why? Jared is a spineless, sniveling coward, and he doesn't want to take the fall all by himself. Look at this. This card is about threats as well. And this is the desperate man. Look how desperate he is. About to shoot himself. He's about to end it all. He can't handle it. He's in great anguish and fear. He's crying. Kushner, you're crying. They're all scared. We're all scared. Kushner especially is scared because he's a special kind of coward. He's an undercover coward. Anyway. So he's going to sing on Trump. I feel like he's making an emotional plea. Look at this card here. These two cards together. They fell out together. In this quad ad, as I call it, this is the president, so this is Trump. And remember I said this military card was about enemies within the family? Alright, so let's just put that right there because it also represents Kushner. So we got Trump, we got Kushner. This is Kushner as well. Who is this beautiful woman next to him? That's his wife. That's Ivanka. And look, I further corroborate that. This is he's got the Neptune trident, right? This is the sign of his royalty and his lineage. He's the king. Well, this woman has her own little trident. She's much younger. It's the daughter of the king. So it is Ivanka. It is Ivanka. And she's pissed. Now, this King of Cups provides protection, as a meaning, a general meaning. He's someone who's helpful and protects you. He understands, he watches out for you. And I think that Jared is pleading begging. This guy's someone who's getting a lot of attention. He's pleading, he's begging his wife and his father-in-law for protection, for help. This is also a card of someone who wants to do self-harm. And like I said, they're capable of doing self-harm or great harm, right? And then this military card reversed. This is someone who's very petty and vindictive. So I feel like his threat, what he's saying to Trump or to Ivanka is, and to everyone, he's saying, if I go down, you're going down with me. I'm going to take you with me. He could also be pleading with Ivanka, you know, that he just can't, he doesn't see a future, you know, this Nine of Swords. They're not looking up. They don't see a bright future ahead. They feel lost and they feel, you know, really scared. The future looks bleak to them. And that's what it looks like for Jared. He's feeling like all is lost. And if he goes down, everybody's going to go down. So let's read this whole outcome section here. Like I said, I may repeat myself again. I'm trying to keep my thoughts straight. So Kushner is very desperate, in anguish, suffering a great deal mentally. He knows his future isn't bright. His ulterior motive is to his ulterior motive that affects Trump. His ulterior motive that is affecting Trump is that he wants Trump to protect him from this, get him out of this. And like I said, he's threatening him. If I go down, you go down. Trump is calling him a lily-livered coward. You know, this is the energy that I'm picking up. And Jared is pleading with Ivanka. Save me, save me. He knows his future is over. He may be threatening self-harm in order to manipulate his wife into helping him. Now this enemy, this rival card, she's pretty diabolical. This is a bitch. This is a woman being a bitch. This is an unknown enemy, and it is a woman. Specifically, this is usually a woman, a female, and it's someone that you don't know as your enemy. So, of course, he doesn't know his daughter is his enemy. He loves and trusts her. And her goal is to find a solution. That's what Speranza means, finding a solution to her husband's troubles. To end his suffering. So she's got a plan. She's got a diabolical plan. It's a very, very negative card. And she's going to hurt someone. Look at, she's got her knife wielded. She's going to stab you. Wherever she needs to stab you. To get what she wants. She's ruthless. She's going to hurt the king. Look, it's right next to the king. She's going to hurt the king. She's going to hurt the president. Allegedly. It's just a tarot reading. So this is someone who's going to hurt the president through betrayal, through gossip, through malicious words. This card means that. So, yeah, definitely responsible for a lot of the leaks. That's how she's hurting him, hurting his reputation. This is someone who will smear your reputation, who will ruin it. This La Costanza reverse is about ruin. So she's trying to put the attention away from her husband and onto Trump. She's trying to direct it. Show people where to go. So, yeah. So she's going to bring him down. She's going to bring him crashing down into ruin. That's her goal. To protect her husband. I don't think you can protect him, Ivanka. I guess if he does a plea, if he does sing on Trump, maybe he can avoid prison and go off into isolation. I don't know. But this is someone who is trying to avoid trouble. They're doing it sneaking. They're sneaking behind. They're going clandestine at midnight on their mission. So he's trying to avoid that bleak future, the prison sentence. Yeah. So I guess it's some sort of deal. He'll be trying to pledge. He'll be pledging to the investigators. Oh my gosh. I need to wrap this reading up, guys. It's going long. So this woman, based on the definition of this card, like I said, she's very diabolical. She's going to bring her enemy, whomever she's targeted, crashing down. She wears a mask of helpfulness while she does it. So, like I said, she represents an unknown enemy, and she hasn't attacked yet. She's still seeking more information, so she's using that trust that she holds to garner even more information. And then she uses gossip and malicious words to smear the reputation of her target. And also gives false advice as well. This person's motto is, "You must die so that I may live." And that would be the goal of the wife, a true marital bond. You see yourself as one, not as two. You must die so that I may live. That's her motto. It's also a card about perversion. I remember I mentioned that I felt like Putin, hope it's not Ivanka, but that Putin might, out of just malice, release some information on Trump. We might find out about some other things not involved with this trial one day. I only say it because that it just stuck out to me there. But she also represents this danger in your environment and danger within your family. She also represents online bullying and trolls. Hello. You know who you are. And, right next to the president card, that makes sense. Because when certain cards describe characteristics and they're next to significator cards, they describe the character of that significator card. So this is describing the character of that president. And right now we're talking about Trump, not about our new elected president, but who knows? Who knows? These readings have many layers, and I could only read so much at a time. So she's danger lurking in the environment. She represents danger lurking within one's family, right next to the father-daughter card. So this is definitely Ivanka. And she's using the press, and she's using the internet as a way to, well, I mean, I don't know if she's using it, but that I know that's information here that's, you know, probably Putin used and Kushner used and Trump used. This also talks about money laundering and fraud. So that's what Kushner was doing. He was laundering Trump's money overseas. That's why it's here. And also using a lot of bullying. Because I feel like this is a lot of overseas, a lot of overwater stuff here. Maybe bullying others for overseas travel. And that just makes me think of what was going on in, was it China? Where he was charging, his company was charging $400,000 for visas to America. So I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of talking about that, but I don't want to go there right now. So let's talk about the last two cards in this endless reading. Stanza reverse. Talks about shocking secrets being revealed, and that's why I mentioned that I think something really shocking is going to come out about Trump. But I think it's going to be released, that's going to be released by Putin. It could be by the daughter, but it's going to be really shocking. It's going to be more personal stuff, okay? It's going to be really uncomfortable information for a lot of us to absorb, especially Trump. An unsavory secret. That's what this card represents, this reverse Costanza. And it also talks about someone spilling the beans on someone and coming clean. And that's how the secrets, what's being hidden by this hermit card, Trump's hermit card, is going to get revealed, that someone's actually going to come clean and spill the beans. And I think it's going to be two people, Kushner and I think Flynn. But it could be Kushner and Sessions. But one of them is going to be a real big surprise to Trump. This is also about, card talks about apologizing for one's actions and being forced to confess. So maybe we'll get a apology from Trump once he's tried or something. I don't know. Someone's going to be apologizing once the verdict is released. And confessing to crimes. This is where it gets kind of convoluted. I don't know who I'm talking about here. It could be several people. Maybe that's why I'm not sure. Because I don't feel like Trump would ever apologize. I feel like this apology that's going to occur, that the whole world is going to hear and be announced around the world, is going to be it's going to be in some way an apology to not only the American people but to the world after all this ends, because this is disgraceful. It's a disgraceful mess. And we're responsible. We have to take some responsibility, all of us as a team, for how we got here. So the final card here is La Costanza. When this card is reversed, it talks about lack of perseverance, defeat, failure. Believe it or not, this is a card of the quitter. I think Donald Trump is going to actually resign. That's what I said before. I think he's going to actually leave his post rather than us remove him. He'll resign first. Let's put it like that. He's actually going to quit. So I guess that answered, I didn't answer the question about the administration, though. I feel like there's going to be a lot of them jumping ship once the proof comes out. But here's a warning. Here's a warning. Look, the stanza card reversed gives a warning. This card actually says that there's still... Oh, remember I said this earlier. Undercover operatives are still going to be in the White House. Still working for Putin. So, even after we raise up a new king, put someone new in power, there's still going to be enemies afoot. That's why this came out for the new president. Okay? So, and then I'll leave this reading with this one last lesson, which is kind of deep, guys. And I didn't like hearing this. I don't know if I agree with it. But I'm going to tell you what I got. Told you in the center, this Nine of Cups represents Trump, it represents America, and it represents the world. And I feel like Donald Trump is to the majority of Americans this liar, this swindler, this blowhard, this person who pushes, who bullies, and uses con tactics, and morphs the truth, and throws his weight around, and has way too much. That this is the analogy of us to the rest of the world as America. And I don't like hearing that. The rest of the world sees us as what we see Donald Trump as. That's deep, man. And when I first began the reading, I talked about this melting pot ideal. We had all the ingredients. We have all the ingredients. But we needed a fire to light underneath our chemicals to produce the synergy. We never had that fire before because we didn't know. The sun is about clarity and understanding. We didn't truly see ourselves. I still don't really see it. I still don't believe that. But that's what the world sees us as, this big bully who's all in it for themselves. That's why when I had my first Trump reading, I said, fate put him in office, and I don't know why yet. I think I just got my answer. So we could see what we need to fix, and we need to fix now. It's blaringly clear how wrong all of this is. So that's the lesson to take from this reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it made sense. It's just the musings of a middle-aged woman on a Monday morning. All right, guys. Blessings. Take care. And God bless us, America.